Don't be a follower.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Don't believe anything I say. And grasp for yourself what's true. Remember what I was talking to Chuckles there about, existential assumption, bottom lines. Toss it out, throw it out, throw it out. It's crap, throw it out. Throw it out. What is that? Existential assumption, bottom line. Throw it out, toss it out. Throw it out. Now what's true? You see? And you always have to guard against that. Because every time, a name is given, you cling to the name. See? And you'll form an idea. So you have an idea of what an existential assumption is. Toss it out. It's wrong. You have an idea of what a bottom line is. Toss it out. It's wrong. You have an idea of what the absolute truth is. Toss it out. It's wrong. Okay? See? It's not useful. See, you make a distinction. What's the writing in the landing page in the Cheng Hsin website? It has that symbol like that. There's something that says underneath it. What does it say? Has anybody ever read that?
Open invitation? These things are...
No, the landing page with the symbol. Anybody else read that? What did it say? Can you whip it up?
Yeah. I think I remember part of it. It starts like, these things are difficult to put into words. Let me try.
The landing page.
Yep, here it
go
is.
ahead.
All these things are difficult to form into words. If a person gives a name to something and then holds fast to that name, he will miss the real meaning. Yet, if no name is given, Yet, if no name is given, then he floats about in empty space and does not attain awareness.
Yeah.
From Shozan Shisai.
Yeah. See, and that's the sentence I started with for the whole website. Now, why? See? It's basically saying, yeah, this is a bitch. See? You have to give a name. You have to try to create a distinction. See, but then people will tend to make up their own version. See, they'll imagine something, shy of being conscious of whatever the distinction is or whatever it is we're talking about, right? Shy of experiencing it for yourself or whatever, you see? You'll have to make something up. There's no choice in that matter, see? And what you make up can well be off the beam. See, or restricted. You know what I'm saying? Like, as if you think an existential assumption is like in this part of your body and is vibrates like this and is a rotating object. Whatever, see? Okay, and you make up something, because you'll make something up like that. Not like that, obviously, that's kind of silly, right? But you will always make something up, you see? And then fall in the trap of thinking that. See, so when you come, okay, I'm going to try to find that. And no, I don't want you to find a little twirly thing in this part of your body. I just want you to find what you're assuming, that's all. About yourself, about your own existence. See? It's something you're assuming, that's all. See the difference? See the difference, the way I said that? You see? See, but it becomes a thing. You hear it like, oh, okay, this is the sacred existential assumption. I have to get, way down. It's inaccessible. It's down at the very, very bottom of the well, and I need more where that is, or something like that, right? No. So, always cast off what you have learned. See, Masashi, right? I kind of like Masashi, not like Shisai. Shisai is much better than Masashi, but as far as, its communication. But, Masashi was okay, it's Book of the Five Rings, okay, And then I found out Masashi was like 6'6" in a world of like 4-foot people. Hey, oh, and he could beat them up? Oh, what a mystery. Okay. But then he. And then I heard the phrase. He said, "The purpose of our practice today is to unlearn what we learned yesterday. Is to toss out what we learned yesterday." I said, "That's good. I like that." Because that's ongoing. It's ongoing. And it's like it says, it's pretty much unavoidable. Because you will make something up. You have to make something up. You hear a phrase, you hear a description, an explanation. But see, the description, the explanation is never it. It's never it. It's not what we're talking about. See, so you set out. It's like you're setting out to get like who you are, for example, or something, right? See, you have ideas about what that is. I'm sure you have to have ideas about what it is. Who you are, right? And then there's you, see? And how many times have I said, come on, just get you. Just get you. Just get you. When I say, hey you, who says, huh? See? They're trying to take it out of the mysterious, trying to take it out of the model that you create, or any models that I've created. They're trying to take it out of this, falling into, like the same thing. People, that you're always talking about self-survival, manipulation. That's kind of a downer. I like these other guys that talk about love and light, peace and harmony, oneness with all things. Yeah, who wouldn't like that? Self-survival, manipulation. That doesn't sound good. That sounds shitty, doesn't it? Now, what's true? See? And also, so when you think of self-survival as a negative, that's only in relationship to the truth. And if you're shy of the truth, then it's just a relationship to an idea. See? And if you think of it as a negative, once again, you're wrong. See? Self-survival is positive and negative. It depends on positive and negative. Everything positive is self-survival. Everything negative is self-survival. They work together. You can't have one without the other. That's why I like to say, life. Do you like life? Oh yeah, I like life. Same thing. The same thing. Survival, life, same thing. Different word. But I like life. It sounds so lively. And I want to have one. Okay. Yeah, I know. It's what I'm talking about. But remember when I said, my method, certainly not always, but generally speaking, especially for a while, in the beginning, in the EMB, is push people into what they don't want to acknowledge about their experience. Not try to entertain them with, or not try to drag them out of it, and certainly not trying to entertain them with fluffy thoughts. That they'll like. Sure, once again, it's that line. Sure, I could talk about love. We could have a love intensive. But somebody asked me, so, well, why don't you do the question in Enlightenment Intensive? Somebody said, do the question, what is love? Why don't you? You never do, what is love? I said, yeah, because it's not an existential question. It's not a question about the nature of anything. It's a question that people embark upon because they want to feel it more. They want to get what love is because they want to involve themselves in love. I don't hear them asking the question, what is hate? I don't hear them asking the question, what is death? Now, if you can ask the question, what is life? Well, hey, fair and balanced. Why not, what is hate? Well, I don't want hate. I want love. I know. You also want pleasure and happiness and success and, all sorts of good stuff, right? Duh. Let's see, what is that? I have a name for that. What is that? What is that? Anybody? Yes, sir?
Self-survival.
Yay! There it is. Okay. That's what it is. You know, all that pleasure, all that wanting, all that desire, all that, good feelings, all that comfort and pursuing comfort, all that feeling good, love, and everything else, that is survival. That's why I don't use it in an intensive, a contemplation intensive. What is love? Lots of different. I don't have a problem with asking any question, but it doesn't belong there. It's a relative question. You're asking, what is an emotion? What is this feeling of love? And you're fooling yourself because you're asking the question because that's what you want to feel. And everybody who does that is fooling themselves. I guarantee you, they're fooling themselves. The masters and the people doing it, they're fooling themselves. And the master especially, because they're encouraging it, allowing it. Why? Because everybody likes love, including the masters who are doing it. And if people are asking, what is love? They're much easier to handle. And they get a much nicer environment. People walking around, love, love, love. Who doesn't want that? But they're not doing their job. Don't do that. You never do that. See, and that's one of the differences between me and almost everybody else, you see. I don't do that. I won't sell shit to people. Just water by the river. But I won't deceive people. And there's not many people that can say that. Not many at all. They will. They do. Even if they're doing relatively good work, they'll still deceive people. They'll still sell them a bill of goods. You know, I don't know of one that didn't, in some way, fall down that trap. Except me, as far as I can tell. You know, I work hard at that. Because, you know, I don't want to be Pinocchio. I want to be a real little boy. Yeah, and it's very difficult because when you're ignorant, you don't know. See? Or you get a glimmer here and there and you still don't know. You don't know the line that's crossed. You can't tell. You understand? It's like, see, one of the reasons why, for example, when we did the Cheng Hsin, the trainers and stuff, right? And people would, become trainers and teach stuff, right? And okay, cool, good. You know, sharing Cheng Hsin, the arts. And then there was this one guy. I went out and I was teaching, and he put some of his, what would you call it? His women sycophants to take care of me. And I was like, what is this? You know, this is a little creepy. You know? The way they were treating me. They weren't treating me badly. But they were treating me in a way that, like, no, this is not correct. It's not a correct relationship. And so I talked to them about it. And they started talking about this, that, and the other thing. And I found out he's doing all sorts of weird, fucked up stuff. And I said, no. You know that psychic shit and all that, like surrender to him shit and all that sexual shit? That's not me. That's him. That's weird crap. That's not me. He's selling you a bill of goods. This is me. And I told him, this came from. And they said, oh, Oh, well, the reason we joined him in the first place because of your stuff. That's what attracted us. And then he got into this advanced stuff, and so we thought it was your stuff. We thought it was your advanced stuff. It kind of strange, but hey, you know? And so I got angry. I kicked over the table on his temple. That's a Jesus reference, you know? Anyway. God, I'm full of it. So, but you know, hey, what can you do? See, and then from then on, you say, I got real clear. No. You do whatever you do. Cheng Hsin stuff is pure Cheng Hsin, nothing else. Don't do anything else. Don't mix and match. That's dangerous. You go down rabbit holes. Now, you want to do other stuff, that's fine, but you do it separate from my stuff. And you're clear to everybody, that is separate. That's your stuff. It has nothing to do with my stuff. It has nothing to do with Ralston, nothing to do with Cheng Hsin. And when you're teaching Cheng Hsin, you only teach Cheng Hsin. So they're clear. This is that, because nobody else knows the line. Nobody else has that kind of integrity. You see? And like in this case, you see, the students, they couldn't tell the difference between one and the other. They sensed something weird, but they didn't know. Because they're ignorant. And their teacher was ignorant too, unfortunately. Got just enough to sell it. You know, a few years. Somebody wanted me to open the Cheng Hsin as a franchise, right? As a franchise, like McDonald's, right? You know, just pump it out, you know, get rich, you know. Are you kidding me? No, see, you're an idiot if you even think it's possible to do such a thing. Or that I would go for it. You're really missing the point. And besides, the guy hadn't even really studied with me. I think he had like, what, few private lessons or something. See, he hadn't really studied it. I thought, you kidding me? It's like, you know, no, your mind's in the wrong place, you see. You're in the get rich quick column. Don't do squat, get rich. You know, it's common.